Ever heard of this game before? It's called Spirit Camera: The Cursed Memoir, and it might just be the most unique horror game out there. Already it stands out being one of the few 3DS horror games to ever be made. Not only that, but every copy of this title came with this book that's actually required to play the game. It's an early example of augmented reality, where you use the 3DS camera to scan this purple book where each page tells a story of how this book is cursed and steals the identity of anyone that reads it. As a horror experience, it's actually pretty interesting in how it attempts to bring its premise into the real world. You as the player receive this book and are now cursed by it, interacting with each of its victims that run insane from reading its contents. Also, little known fact, but this is actually a Fatal Frame game. Yeah, you couldn't tell by its title, but this is a Fatal Frame spin-off, and as you'd expect, using the 3DS's camera as the titular camera obscura is surprisingly fitting and immersive. Of course, as you'd expect, Spirit Camera isn't perfect. The technology it runs on was made back in 2011, and the 3DS's AR camera has a hard time detecting what page it's reading sometimes. But as a concept, it's extremely charming. I'd love to see something like this attempt again as a mobile game. It seems perfect on that platform. But unfortunately, they've never tried something this experimental since making this game. Have you ever heard of this charming and bizarre horror game? Feel free to let me know in the comments. Also, if you wanted to see more from Fatal Frame as a series, I have a retrospective I made on the first game in the description.